Hey guys, something interesting. I um I was checking all the guys we lost, right? And I was looking for Merski, and he seems to still be alive. I think actually. I don't know if that's a glitch or anything, or I just couldn't see him on the radar. But let me go see if I can find him. Um, so basically, what happened last time is we had a bad reentry, and oh no, he's going off here. Merski, no. We had a battery entry. He somehow survived, but his ship is on escape trajectory out of Kerbin. Let's see where he's going. Well, he'll be hanging around. Let's see if he encounters Kerbin ever again, or if he has any maneuvering capabilities. He does have some RCS, so he may actually be able to do a maneuver, return to Kerbin. Let's see if we can set that up. No. Alright. So that's where he'll be at closest approach. This is going to be entirely off of the RCS thruster, so very slow burn. Oof. That. Not like that. Hell yeah. Looks like we got collision somewhere. Excuse me. Still got that cough. Still only goes about. Alright. Look at that. 49 meters per second. We got no engines, but I think the... Oops. $49. Come on, collision. Come on. So annoying. See, I want the maneuver to be like here, just so we have the ability to... Hang on one second. Got a cough. I've been sick all week. Got this cold or whatever. You know, I've never seen this mentioned. What is this? Oh, graphical maneuver node. Sounds useful. Never seen that. You know what? Let's go put the maneuver node further out. We need precision, even at the expense of Delta V. $84 years in the future. Guess I'll set an alarm. That's crazy. We need an approach now. Sorry. I hope you guys like watching just random maneuver node editing. Probably don't, but... Oh my god. Why is everything gonna be such a chore? Yeah, let's just time warp for a year or two. See if we get it. Now, we are going faster than Kerbin at the moment. But maybe if we do try to add a periapsis, try to lower it so we collide with Kerbin. Nope. Nothing. Hang on, that looks promising. A plus commentary. I'm sorry guys, I'm just feeling kind of sick today. Can't breathe. This is nuts. It's like, I think it's like planning like an intercept in like the year like 10 million or whatever. So, yeah, 69 years from now. By 69 years, those guys will come back home. Like, maybe we just leave Merski in orbit for a while. Let's see which way it goes. See, you think they would like, I don't know, hit each other again or something sooner than this? What was that? Alright, when's this collision? There we go. 74 years. It's like getting worse. I hate these missions. So I think we need to increase our velocity here, basically. Well, we can only do it with RCS thrusters. We're already pretty far ahead of Kerbin. But we're going to the slow part over orbit, so we should see Kerbin catch up to us. Just a little bit. Closest approach separation is 1 billion what was it? 1.8 million kilometers. We'll see if it gets bigger or smaller. Then we'll know if we're gaining or not on the planet. My guess is it gets bigger. Yep, we got bigger. So let's go retrograde immediately. Or wouldn't that make us orbit faster? Yeah. Let's go prograde immediately. I'll just orientate myself. Prograde. How much of the ship is even still alive? Looks like the ISRU, some of the engines, or some of the fuel tanks. You know, if he was an engineer, I could have him lighten the load a little bit, just give him a little bit extra breathing margin. Alright, let's go forward. I don't think we have any of the forward surviving RCS thrusters. Alright, what about if I orientate normal and just go straight up? Or burn. See, I think I want to burn in the up direction, right? So. Try burning this way. We're not even getting any velocity. Look how slow it is. How much fuel we got? Well, the good news is we have a lot of fuel. It'll burn very slowly at this rate. I still think the Delta V is, I don't know, I'm guessing our delta V with all this fuel is maybe 400 meters per second. So, what's the efficiency of the burning engine? Like 260? Yeah, not great. Yeah, we're gonna try to get you back, Merski. If you survive this, like, that is crazy. No engines, only RCS thrusters. It's an interesting challenge, I will admit. We're in an orbit where we should be approaching Kerbin. Or gaining on Kerbin soon, I think. 1.687 million. So the goal is we want to see that distance decrease. And that's how we'll know we are gaining on Kerbin. Or Kerbin is gaining on us, more likely. And then from there we could plan an intercept, probably. Aero brake again, parachute out, survive. And this way we won't have to keep like rehiring pilots because they all keep dying. Although our pilots even really all that useful if we got like level 5 probe cores, because I think they could be controlled by anyone, but they still retain all the pilot functionality. So pilots are basically useless now. And also, since we're at like the top of our science game, the only use for science for us right now is just to make more, what's it called, money, I guess, by selling the science. So, you know what? Why don't I actually disable these? So that way we don't need the counter battery here. Is that stable? Kind of. Definitely slows us down, but I think it's all just proportional, actually, because same thing with these guys. I think all we just do is decrease our thrust. So we're going forward, and these guys are trying to stabilize us, is what I believe is happening. So let me just try. Yep, that's not gonna work. Hang on. Gotta hold a normal position, man. This will be a fun episode to watch, I'm sure. So these engines here are what's giving us our thrust forward. And then these guys are kind of stabilizing us. We'll go ahead and turn these guys back on. And then we're doing fine on electric charge, which is good. Don't appear to be gaining any momentum. Alright, let's test it out. So current separation distance is, what was that, 1.8? And we just want that to go down, like at all. If it goes down at all, we'll be happy. And the way we tried to achieve that was by expanding our orbit. Now, if that doesn't work, we could probably expand our orbit at the apoapsis, maybe? So that we'll have a longer time period during our periapsis where we can encounter Kerbin. We'll be like a kind of Kerbin sphere of influence, like our periapsis. But yeah, I think that's what we'll do. That will cost us like 3/4 of a year though, between verifying the separation distance. All right, separation is 1.187. And then once we do all this, we then have to get a precise enough maneuver where we hit the atmosphere We need a different control point because we don't have any forward thrusters. So I'm just using like the not forward thrusters, but I'm using like some of the thrusters facing laterally, which means I'm pointing laterally, which means I'm not perfectly lined up on the direction I want to burn. Alright, 1.187. And that, what did I go down to? 153. Oh, that's nothing. It's gonna take years for this to. It's gonna take years for this to increase. Oh, plan a maneuver at Araplapsis. Increase it even further. Now, if we push ourselves further out, this will decrease the probability of a entry event at the nodes. Wonder if we could shift it maybe. So that almost looks like a hit. Of course, there's like a 200 meters per second burn. Alright, 637. 5519. 286 is looking promising. 110. 213. $118. Haha! 244 days. We got an encounter. All we gotta do is hit this burn, which looks kinda hard. We should have the fuel for it though. But do we have the thrust for it? We'll make do. This one encounter black hole nonsense. I think we'll go for a very aggressive entry, just so we don't shoot out again. So let me summarize the situation. After a failed orbital insertion or aero brake coming back from Dres, the Augustus II exploded. Now, one guy, Orbat, went to the planet, survived. Merski was believed dead because we could not find his craft. But then, checking the radar station again, we did find him. And now he's in, like, orbit near Kerbin, but he doesn't have very good control of his ship. And we have to execute a kind of complex maneuver, actually. You know, it might be easier to do this maneuver as a Kerbin, but then we won't be able to brake. Now, I think I can reset this control point forward. Let me see. And yes, haha. Oh. Now, if we aim at our target, we should be able to use the H button to precisely maneuver. And I think we should have just enough fuel for this. So, alright, yeah, looks like we're making good progress. About a meter every 3 seconds. So that's like, what, 130 meters we got cut off, so that'll be like 2 minutes, like 6 minutes of burn about. I'm gonna accelerate time, so can't quite accelerate time because then we lose stability control. Alright, well, enjoy watching me do an RCS burn for like 4 minutes probably. But hey, at least we got an intercept in a reasonable amount of time. This guy's gonna stay alive, theoretically, all goes well. And we'll get our pilot back. And all he had to do was spend like an extra 3 years out in space. I'd probably fast forward like 2 minutes if I were you. Maybe 3. You'll get to see the re-entry, though, in this episode. You know, this is gonna be some excellent flying here, Merski. Make Jeb proud. It's quite impressive how you were able to come back from this, or like even have a chance. You know, I do love these parts in Kerbal Space Program when there's like a what's it called? Strange circumstances, and let's be honest, some poor design and mission decisions lead to a situation we stupidly find ourselves in, but we cleverly escape. Like that's kind of like my favorite thing to do in this game. Alright, burn is approaching the halfway mark at about 10 meters per second. We still have plenty of fuel at our current burn rate, so I'm confident we'll be able to hit the planet and aerobrake much harder this time. I mean, aerobraked so hard last time we literally like lost half the ship, but like the bottom half of the ship completely like broke off. This could be one for the stories, or you know, one to tell people. Kind of sucks though, cause like I just got this new job that put me away from like all my friends who play Kerbal Space Program, so it's like I can't like go into work and tell them like, hey, guess what I did? That's whatever. You on YouTube can enjoy the joy I feel right now playing this game. You know, I definitely want to make this fuel tank taller, because like it's an aesthetics thing right here. I just realized, and also we need more fuel here. So, oh, this thing has parachutes still too. If it survives, we may be able to bring like the entire craft back basically. We'll only lose like, I don't know, the bottom parts or something. That will give us even more money, because our space agency it's not broke, but it's been running out of money a lot. We had some contracts we didn't deliver on. Lost like $1 million in that. You know, send your communication array. Let people know you're alive. So yeah, I've just been chilling in space for the last 3 years. Forgot to turn on the radio. Looks like our ship is rotating. Am I going crazy? Oh, we're rotating to line up with the node. Alright, how close are we to it? We'll do fine maneuvering pretty soon. Yeah! We are making a comeback. Okay. $35. I think that's what we did last time. How much we got cut off? Shouldn't be too much. Yeah, that's doable. Alright, Merski. Let's try this again. This time, try not to get thrown out to orbit. This guy's probably been going for like, God, it's gotta be at least like 8 or 9 years he's on right now. See, what year is it? Year 56. Oof. You know, Jebediah's been away for like the last 15 years at least. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. Nice. Back to Kerbin. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Snuck up on us. Alright, now all you gotta do now is, not die. Yeah, I really thought we lost Merski, so it makes me happy to see he's still alive. And it makes me even happier to realize that he might survive. And I just realized we need to set our control point back to up for this. Another air brake. Last one was about 4,000 meters per second. This one's only at 3,300, so it's got a much better chance of not exploding this time. I think we are going a little bit deeper into the atmosphere. I forgot, I'll have to double check. You know, it'd be really funny if we, oh, okay, yeah. Apocalypse is coming down. I was gonna say, it'd be like really funny if we like skipped off the atmosphere again. Look at that ship go. Well, I guess this too looks like the rest of your parts are finally meeting their end. Although there's probably some piece of debris that's like flung out somewhere in the solar system. Actually, let me check that. How much debris we got? Bunch of little tiny pieces from like earlier missions. Yeah, I don't see any from. I like to leave debris around just so, like, you know, if I get to see it again, it's kind of cool. And there may be like a, you know, especially like on further away planets, it might provide opportunities for like scavenging, like emergency situations where you have to go find a part or something, you know. But you have like, you know, movement or something. So I always like to leave my debris around. I don't destroy my debris. Are definitely gonna be entering the atmosphere. Op is just dropped below the atmosphere limit, so definitely we're entering on this run. And we're at a good speed, so it's gonna be a nice gradual aero brake from here on out, I'm guessing. Probably gonna be a while before we hit the lower atmosphere, or, you know, we're going in at a really shallow angle, so we'll have plenty of time to bleed off speed in the upper atmosphere. This craft's mostly empty fuel tanks by now, so it's got a lot of drag, or not a lot of momentum with it, so the drag force decelerates it quickly. Yep. And then I'm guessing we have 8 parachutes. I'm guessing they won't be strong enough to slow down the craft from like not losing the bottom part, but the explosion from the bottom part should like push us back a little bit or cushion our fall, you know. So I guess to play it safe, I could have them jump out, but I think I'm also gonna pull the parachutes or do both. My guess is the craft itself will survive. Better safe than sorry, you know. Let's open this. Oh, we can kind of fly the craft too because it's got wings. I just realized. I mean, not really. We could steer it. It's probably a better word. We can't fly it. Alright. I'm gonna go ahead and deploy the parachutes. Just to slow us down. These wings are creating lift, so it's kind of pulling the bottom of the craft up. But once the parachutes deploy, then it should orientate itself naturally. Ah, perfect. Wow, Merski. Can't believe that. Coming back in one piece. And you recovered the ISRU 2 RTGs. Those are expensive. Like what, 25 a piece or something? Radiators, I forget how much those cost. Can't be less than 10,000 or more than 10,000. Alright. Just don't die here. Oh, hang on, that's risky. Bail, 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 bail. Oof. Alright, he would have survived that. Ah, crushed by a fuel tank. There's not really crushing forces in Kerbin space program, so he's fine. You know what? Plant flag, Merski. You deserve it. Merski lives. Merski lives. If they're failed... If they're a failed re-entry burn and years with no control, I, Merski, have successfully returned from Dres. I look forward to continuing my mission to rescue Jebediah at Leith. I hope I don't die. So yeah, this Dres mission, bit of setbacks, but you know, the guy survived barely. They made it back to Kerbin, and yeah, we got all the parts and everything. I think I'm just gonna recover the lander can. Let's see what we got for that. Merski should be level 3 at least. Same as Orbit. Yeah. Nice job, guys. Alright. Let's see what other missions we got available. Plant Fog on Val. Ooh, that pays a lot. Definitely gonna do that. That'll pay for an entire mission itself. And we'll include that in part of the Saving Jeb series. Thanks for watching, guys. Gonna end the episode here.